used in other devices.
CP, we are clear at the bridge. You may move your position forward. Forward,
It's the last day of training at China Lake. Time for final exams. The instructors don't grade on the curve.
This building's going to portray a bomb-making shack, so where the insurgents have several pounds of high explosive, different types of remote control devices, mechanical devices, everything necessary to make a multitude of IEDs.
The teachers will try to trip up their students with tripwires, rigged set at doorways to ambush unwary trainees. Tripwires lead to det cord, leading to a huge simulated charge, 10 pounds. If it were real and it went off, it wouldn't leave enough to bury. Some wires are hoaxes, set up so trainees will find them and figure the job's done. Nearby, instructors set up a mock defensive position with rockets and mortars.
This is an improvised rocket launcher. Protecting this road, or I shouldn't say protecting, but watching the road, this main road, that the team's going to be coming in to get to their objective, which is going to be the bomb-making facility at the head of the road. But it's going to be an abandoned site, so we are going to rig it for our booby traps. Walking into something like this would be pretty scary.
What we got here is, instead of a live piece of ordnance going off, we have a buzzer. This whole assembly will be buried under the ground, including the plate. And as they walk along, this is what we're seeing in country. As they walk along, they'll step on this, and the mortar would have gone off, taken off their leg.
Simulated mines aim to instill real fear.
Okay, what we're setting up here is we're going to mine the area just around the weapons cache site. It's kind of an area of denial. They're going to be pretty obviously marked, just so that they're aware of the booby trap. And we're going to leave one of them partially exposed so that they'll ID it.
Trap set, instructors withdraw. And the exercise commences at the primary target, the bomb factory. Down the hill, techs in the command vehicles monitor the operation. Rockets at the mortar site are aimed directly at a danger zone between the command vehicles and the bomb factory. With instructors standing nearby, 2 trainees begin the mission with a preliminary recon. In country, bomb factories are the hubs of IED warfare. One factory could supply bombs to many units in the field. Irregular forces protect these valuable assets with booby traps and even troops.
Hey, Kev, it's tied off to that drain pipe. It's definitely slack. Clearing my way into these rocks.
One team member guards as the other works.
Kev, I'm cutting the tripwire. Tripwire's cut.
In this exercise, the pair reports back to the other members waiting at the command vehicles.
We got an area, like a mound of dirt. P1's probing that now. Over.
Nothing is left to chance. In the ground or in the distance.
Looks like there's a tripwire tension release on that door. I see a project
Using
box.
the preferred technique of peering through a window, a student assesses the dangers within the building.
A lot of bang. Looks like Simtex.
With all the hazards inside the bomb-making shack, the trainees will have to spend a lot of time neutralizing it. It's the perfect time for the instructors to spring a surprise.
Roger that. Stand by, CP. We have a possible mortar attack site.
For the trainees, the exercise just got much more complicated.
Right. CP, it looks like that mortar tube is pointing in your direction. Over.
In the real world, they could be dead now. Before anything else can happen, they've got to back out and confer with their team.
what the Marine said, it looks like...
This new threat changes everything.
Who's ever planning on firing anything from there is waiting for people to come up that road. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't see anybody.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean that they're firing it from that position.
At that point, whenever they noticed the rockets and the mortars that were actually aimed back towards their command post, that became a greater threat. And once that became the greater threat, they needed to take care of that immediately.
The robot goes in first, they follow behind it.
Even with the rising number of challenges, the team remains calm. EOD techs need level heads and focused minds.
Some of the work, it looks like you can get it open enough to
Okay.
take care of that.
Yeah.
But the trip...
The trainees methodically develop a plan they can put into effect right away.
All right, you guys head down on that mortar. Check.
Shoot him up in a bomb suit.
HT2 Ian Gardner starts donning the 70-pound EOD-8 suit. Only a few hours of daylight remain. In the dark, this exercise will be even harder. At the mortar site, the Talon is on the job, deftly spotting and snipping wires that link detonator to charge. The robot also finds an explosive belt and an IED. But the device is out of reach. Now it's Ian's turn. Instructor Bryant Little rides with him to grade his exercise. As Ian begins work, he notices crossed sticks marking a landmine. If this were real, the bomb suit would barely protect him if that charge went off. And with other threats, even the bomb suit isn't much protection. An insurgent unloads a clip at close range, triggering return fire.
Yeah, I think you got him.
Surprised but not deterred, Ian gets back to the IED. Instructors constantly put trainees under such stresses to condition them to handle every sort of situation. With the mortar site neutralized, the danger zone is clear. Now Ian's teammates can continue the main operation up the hill at the bomb factory. Through a window, the trainees spotted the booby trap on the door. Nick Tobacco has to figure out how to disable it.
Looking through the windows, they were able to assess the entire situation from the windows and make the right call. They determined that there was a tripper on it, but it had enough slack in it to where they could move it back and cut it.
A dental mirror is Nick's high-tech tool of choice.
Brian, it's cut.
Nick's